here, and let's talk about it. Justice League, or the dawn of justice, or whatever you want to call it today. Snyder Cut. Snyder Cut has been ruling. In 2017, this wouldn't have been talked about as much. But since it's not 2017, you could talk about this because of the power of streaming. It is there. Live and direct. What's good, Vaping Fast Break? Now, in the Snyder Cut, this was it. Lois Lane, early on, a lot of people missed this. She was actually pregnant. Which would have worked with the script much better. And I'm glad Zack Snyder brought this all out so we could see how this would have played out for the 3 movies. But since they screwed it all up, Warner Brothers, that is, since they screwed it all up to hell, and said they were going to damn it to hell, it's up to Orsino to tell you what went down and what's what and how it went down. Ain't that something? Well, it was quite obvious from the beginning that Wonder Woman was in a state of depression, something she should have been. In the original Justice League, she was back to work at the Daily Planet as if nothing really happening, but yeah, she kind of missed him. And here, she quit the Daily Planet. She couldn't go on to function without Superman. And now these mood swings were proven to be true because Wonder Woman was pregnant. She was pregnant. She was preggo. They show you right in the beginning. In case you guys didn't see it, you should have seen it by now. See? There it is. Let me go back to it. There it is. See that? Look at that. See, Lois Lane was pregnant. She had Superman's watch in there. She had the keys. She had the pregnancy test in there. So Lois was going to be pregnant in the future movies. So by the second one, they were going to tie in John Kent. From the comics. All right, John, I see you. So they were going to tie in John Kent from the comics. But what actually happened here is the fact that Superman ends up dying Lois Lane ends up dying. And when she dies, his son is dead. And that's what ended up made him in that apocalyptic like timeline. That's why they say, how many timelines do you cause people to die? That was one of the timelines where he got the actual equation from Earth that's buried in the core. Darkseid wins and gets that and starts tearing up well, they tear up all the equations. They were going to set up the Injustice League. That's why it's two different versions at the end when Lex Luthor is having the conversation with Deathstroke. The one that came out in the theater back in 2017 was setting up the new Injustice. They were going to do an Injustice League. But the original ending that they had was setting up the Ben Affleck Batman movie. The Batman, where he was supposed to fight Deathstroke. So they redid that to make this Injustice timeline, as Ben Affleck was, and they were like kind of not fully decided on that. Well, the one that was called Justice League United, that was the second one. And that was going to be the dark one. That was the one that was going to be basically the Avengers Endgame type. But this movie was to set up all the other storylines. As you can see, the Flash movie was set up from it. Everything was set up. This ending right here with Superman and Wonder Woman and this was going to set up the timeline battle that was going to lead to Darkseid coming in for the next two movies. Now, we saw Steppenwolf take the place of what it was Darkseid, but when they redid it this time with Zack Snyder, you saw Darkseid. Darkseid got into a battle and showed you what time it was. Now in the Flash movie, weird numbers been popping up today. Anyway, we'll get to the Flash movie later. Now, you saw what happened when he battled everybody there before Ares cut him. In the battle, we saw that. He was looking for that equation. He even took out the Green Lantern in a violent way. In the original, they had Steppenwolf basically doing everything, as he was sent there to basically be a minion to try to prove his worth and get back in the graces of Darkseid. Yeah, the anti-life equation. That's what he uses on Superman to make him basically his slave. Oh, you see him use the Omega beams as he basically takes out the Justice League. Yeah, she was pregnant with John Kent, and then that was going to be the new face of everything. Now, here was one of the best changes into the film, adding the storyline in the heart of the film, which was definitely Cyborg, his story. And the reason it was cut was, like I told you before, it was due to Warner Brothers' deal of this is an unknown character, to make him the heart of the film would be, to them, stupid. Let's keep the focus on Ben Affleck wanting to bang Wonder Woman. That's what the people want to hear about. That's what they want to see. Batman bang Wonder Woman. Screw the rest of the team. They just there. Where this movie is built around the team. You see the guy right there, the Asian guy? He's going to be Adam. We all know him. He's going to become Adam. That guy there from Star Labs, the Asian guy. Oh, they cut him out because he was Asian. So they said, well, we don't need to show this Asian guy. What do we need him for? We didn't get the old fun-loving, oh, yeah, let's go, brother. We didn't get that version of Aquaman. We got this down and dirty Aquaman, which was going to set up the Aquaman movie of a guy who was just down, missed his mother, and ended up setting up a greater movie. Now, this was supposed to be the Hall of Justice. As you can see, the Justice League thing there, we see from there. And this is showing what could have been. Not like, oh, this is what happens. This is what could have been in an alternate world. This is the timeline proposition. Because Superman, even though he's got the call, this was the vision that was shown to him. This is the alternate reality. You see he's wearing a time flash suit. Flashes from when he went back into time. You saw Batman standing on that new Batmobile, which was like a bat tank. Which was going to be in the movie The Batman. You saw Cyborg has accepted his role as part of the Justice League. This was going to set up the Wonder Woman sequel. Now, she was going to go back to her land of the Amazonians. It was written even in on the scripts. And when he tells her, you were not there, you abandoned them, and they all died. And she got the arrow and she wants to go back home. This is what this whole scene was about. Going to the mystery, whatever. And Superman, well, he's back at the Daily Planet. Where he's going back this time in the black suit. And then he'll definitely have his family with Wonder Woman, Lois Lane, who's indeed prego. Look at that, prego. She was prego, baby. Which was going to bring the John Kent storyline into play. And when Darkseid is there and he's holding Lois's body, that's what makes him flip so easy. When Lois is burnt to a crisp. And like I said, there's two endings of this because there's two endings. One, they changed because they were going into different directions. The same reason why you saw two Martian Manhunter scenes. The reason why you saw two is because there was never supposed to be two scenes. The one at the end was not supposed to be the Martian Manhunter. He was not supposed to make his reveal there. That was supposed to be the Green Lanterns. They were going to launch the Green Lanterns Corps. So the Flash movie is going to start, Flashpoint. Then you're going to have the Aquaman movie tie into Flashpoint. All these other movies are going to tie into the Flashpoint movie that they were going to do. Brainiac is someone that mainly revolves around Superman. So when they reboot Superman, hopefully they get this right. Well, Jared Leto returned just to do that line. You know, he agreed to do it just to do the one-day shoot for the reshoots. And this is one of the reshot scenes. Well, that was actually going to be Dick Grayson and not the Jason Todd Robin that he was talking about he killed. Now, Batman referencing to killing Harley Quinn, or whether she died in his arms, and she wanted to kill the Joker when she wanted to have the Joker killed and all of that stuff. And he almost broke the Joker. And he was like, "You're good. You almost had me." But the Joker references to the fact that Batman never makes the ultimate sacrifice. He sends a boy to do a man's job. Puts the guilt trip on Batman, which was going to set up the very ending of Justice League trilogy, where Batman sacrifices himself to save the Justice League. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? So, yeah, they hinted that the Joker was gonna, oh, too late. Superman found him. Now, this is an alternate timeline. So, again, different scenes. At the end, where you see Martian Manhunter, he was not supposed to be there. They were supposed to launch the Green Lantern's Corps, which got changed. And they were going to use the Black Green Lantern. Warner Brothers felt like, look, we got one black superhero already. We don't need two. So, tell you what. Use the Martian Manhunter guy. But don't use Green Lantern. There was supposed to be two Green Lanterns there to start up the conversation about joining the fight and linking together to fight because trouble's coming. They showed one of them dead in the dream sequence. But in the comics, in the sketch, rather, that they did for the artwork of it, they had the Green Lantern's Corps. That was there already. So now you know what's coming. Justice League 2 was supposed to be like the biggest thing ever. It's called Justice League United. And it was going to be monumentally huge. Definitely worth the price of admission. Oh yeah, so if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the page, hit that notification bell. So Wonder Woman was not the one that was going to be pregnant. It was actually Lois Lane. Some people thought they were going to make Wonder Woman pregnant. I'm like, that's dumb. Zack Snyder had no love affair basically in any of his thing with the superheroes. He made it about the team, not about them all coming together. To show a scene like that in a Warner Brothers movie for a superhero, right there, that was legendary. Well, you got to realize something. When you start looking at the equation, and you start thinking about the Flash, he's connected to the Justice League in a way that people don't realize. He's actually connected to the actual fallout of everything. Because of him, everything is going to fall in line. Because it's going to be alternate universes. Remember, he altered time. The mother boxes had united. And they were too late. They altered time just so that they could do what they needed to do. Well, you got Darkseid, who definitely changes the scale of everything, because having him there just adds a whole different element to it. It was like, how do you have a Justice League movie and you don't have Darkseid in it, or no appearances of Darkseid? I mean, Darkseid looked perfect. But adding the arc of him actually accepting, his father and all his tragedy, and he the one had a very tragic life. He lost his mother, he lost basically his life, and his life has been saved by his father and turned him into something that he don't even quite understand. And then the Asian guy here who takes over the lab is actually going to be Adam. Only comic book fans would recognize that was Adam. Now, this is where they setting up Aquaman, who pretty much goes back to live with his father and don't take his place in the ocean, as he was just there to get rid of Steppenwolf. So in the movie, we eventually see they follow this timeline basically to its conclusion, where he does go to the sea and gets the golden Triton. So this is the vision that was shown to Cyborg when he went under. This is what actually was the actual timeline piece. And this is the one that reshot. That was showing him what could be. The mother boxes was showing him what could be if he intervened with what was to happen. Well, she never Wonder Woman doesn't call him Clark. She calls him Kal-El. Wonder Woman never called him Clark. She calls him by his real name because she's Amazonian. There it is, pregnant Lois. Pregnant Lois. Y'all missed that. She's pregnant with good old John. And then she gets burnt up, and that's how Darkseid takes control of Superman. So I'm hoping they continue and they do Justice League United. But to me, I just don't think they're going to go that route. I think Warner Brothers is going to find a way to screw it all up and damn everybody to hell. Because this is what they do. Oh, it's a lot of things people missed in there that was going to set up the next two Justice League movies. Ben Affleck movie The Batman was coming out, and they were setting up his piece too. And they were going to have a whole super team in there where Batman had to fight, where the Flash was going to make an appearance, and so was Orm, who was going to be in the movie also. Well, the anti-life equation was going to be captured by Darkseid. He was going to do it the old-fashioned way with an invasion. Well, that's what the whole scenario, Superman was going to go bad and start destroying everything because of Lois. Lois was the key. And that was the key, is the fact that she ended up dying. She was the key to drive him insane. So he went back and to try to, in Batman versus Superman, he tried to go back in time to warn him to say, you were always right about him. Because Superman just went crazy, but they don't realize it's the anti-life equation that's making Superman go the way he's going. You know, we get Jared Leto's final performance as the Joker. So I enjoyed it. Quite sure it's gonna be a lot of things talked about it or spoken up about it more. He said, "Did I peep what? That the Joker's card was torn." I really didn't notice if it was torn or not. Is that supposed to be like a symbol for Harley Quinn or something? No, 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 no. Not already. In that sequence where Lois is dead, where you see that, and Superman's destroying everything because Lois is dead, he gets the anti-life equation. That's why Superman is in the dream sequence. That's what's there. Yeah, he sent the boy to do a man's job. All of that was to lead into the actual sacrifice of Batman in the final Justice League movie, where Batman actually sacrifices himself to save the Justice League and dies in the last Batman, or in the last Justice League movie. That's what was supposed to happen. Well, it was not a dream sequence, it's like a vision of what was to come, like from another timeline. Because the multiverse really existed heavy in the DC universe with the Flash. See, the Flash is able to revert time, which actually changes things, which is going to probably make Flashpoint. And that's how, we're going to see the fallout because of that. So, thank you guys, man. I hope you subscribe to the page. And if you guys been having problems with the My Carcino for Life channel, like if they've unsubscribed you and you selected all, let me know in the comment section. Because I gotta send this to them because I'm telling them a lot of people are not getting their notifications and everything else. They want to know who they are and all this stuff. And they claiming that they're gonna check it out themselves. So I said, all right, if you selected all on my Carcino for Life channel and they did not send you notifications, we need to know why. Well, the mother boxes are naturally evil by nature. The mother boxes are to destroy. They also give life, but it also destroys. And it doesn't want, they know Superman is a threat to them. So they wanted Superman to be gone. That's why they were showing the Vision over to Cyborg. So he wouldn't bring Superman back. So they were showing him the equation of what could happen if he brings Superman back. anything to try to show him a vision to stop him from doing what he was doing. Now, when he died, that's why when his voice echoed and went all the way through and it hit the mother box split and woke up, and it called out to Steppenwolf and told him that Superman was dead and that Earth was ready to be invaded and taken over. Like they could come and raid and take over Earth because Superman's dead, So that mother box called out to him. So that's why he got that one a mother box, but had to find the others. Because that box called to him. That's why he came right where that box was. I didn't like the fact that in Justice League, Batman versus Superman or whatever, they don't DC just have a habit of not taking direction or changing course of action or whatever. They have a bad habit of doing this. Like at the end when the coffin was sitting there and you see the dirt on there and they zoom in and it kind of like levitates a little bit like Superman was still alive. So it was giving you hope that Superman is still alive even though he's in the box. They never capitalize on any of that. They go into the next movie and that just didn't happen. If you look at the Snyder Cut, you see Batman's in shape. You see, if you go look at the other one, Justice League, you can tell just from the scene where he goes to town to meet Aquaman. That scene's more drawn out in the Snyder Cut. You look at the Justice League cut, he looks more out of shape, in other words. What's gone is all the comedy. Oh, I'm quite sure there's some bleeding going on inside of there. All the things to make the movie lighthearted because they felt like it was too heavy. And like I said, I love the beginning with Wonder Woman. The same thing that was in the first part of the movie was excellent. They showing her kick ass in fast motion. I don't need to watch a whole super slow mo fight fest. And that's why I think Patty Jenkins missed the mark. She's great at in being a director, but directing action. I don't think that's her strong suit. Justice League will not be rebooted at this time. Yeah, well, let's take a look, right? Because I want people to see this. And from what's cheap to what's not cheap. This is Steppenwolf when he arrives in Zack Snyder's finished version with his armor and what he looked like when he got there. Right? Let's take a look at 2017. Look at 2017 version. Look at him. He's like a cheap rendition compared to him.